I spent $1,200 on a cryptocurrency course because the guy had a screenshot of a Lamborghini and a Discord with 10,000 members. The portfolio I have now is worth $87. What I'm about to tell you will decide whether you keep getting billed for your own manipulation or whether you finally see the receipt. Stop scrolling. Listen carefully. What you are about to learn could decide whether you spend the next year of your life funding someone else's dream, or whether you start building a reality that does require you to lie about it on a first date. This is not about paranoia. This is about a specific intellectual defense you do not have. You know the knot in your stomach when you buy the thing everyone said was necessary. You feel the heat in your neck when you realize you're arguing for a belief you don't even hold, just because the room seemed to agree. Your brain races at a ticking clock on a screen, your chest gets tight, and you click buy now, just to make the anxiety stop. You are the person who follows the crowd into the mediocre restaurant. You are the person who quotes the guru to sound smart. You are the backup plan for every marketing funnel built last year. If you click off this video right now, that pattern keeps running. 1 year from today, you will have spent another 12 months paying for access to groups that don't want you, buying symbols of a life you aren't living. The auction for your attention, your money, your silence, it keeps running without your bid. I lost that $1,200 in one afternoon. The course had 6 modules. I finished one. The receipt is in my email right now. That single beat of shame is why I can tell you this. Every influence trap is a variation of one master mechanism. They're all substituting a social signal for actual proof. Your defense is always the same. Insert one moment of analytical delay between the trigger and your decision. Here are the 6 specific traps and the one move to cut the string on each. The first trap is the bandwagon bait. Psychologically, this is called informational social influence. When you're uncertain, you assume the crowd has the correct answer. You see the bestseller tag, the crowded restaurant, the viral trend. The mechanism bypasses your critical evaluation by presenting popularity as a proxy for quality. Starting tonight, ask this preemptive question: if this were unpopular, would its merits still convince me? Decouple the metric from the substance. The empty restaurant might have the better food. The second trick is the authority illusion. This leverages the halo effect. A title, a lab coat, complex jargon. These are superficial symbols used to trigger automatic compliance. You see it when a financial guru with no verifiable track record sells a course, or when a product is endorsed by a doctor from an unrelated field. Your defense is credential verification. Ask, is this person's authority specific, relevant, and unbiased? Look for the narrow domain of expertise, not the broad aura. If the person teaching wealth creation has only ever made money teaching wealth creation, the receipt is the curriculum. Now, the third tactic, the FOMO funnel. This weaponizes loss aversion and scarcity, 2 of the most powerful cognitive biases. The mechanism is a manufactured urgency, a ticking clock, a limited number, a closing door. It creates a visceral fear of missing out that overrides rational cost-benefit analysis. You face this in every limited time sale and last chance mastermind enrollment. The concrete counter move is a mandatory 24-hour deliberation period for any decision prompted by scarcity. If the offer can survive a day of calm evaluation, it was never about value. It was about your panic. If you are still watching, you are already different from the 90% who left at the first mention of their own compliance. The fact that you rehear tells me you might be ready to see the 4th trap, the most insidious one. Trap 4 is the consensus con. This is the silent majority fallacy. The mechanism exploits pluralistic ignorance. Individuals privately doubt but publicly conform, creating a false front of unanimity. You hear it in phrases like, most people know, everyone agrees, or the smart money is moving here. It's in political framing, office gossip, and social shaming. Your defense is to demand specific evidence. Ask, can you show me the data on this consensus? Force the silent majority into the light where it can be counted. If they can show you the poll, the consensus is a con. This is the same pattern I named in the video about family manipulation tactics. Same mechanism of manufactured agreement. Different room. The 5th trap is the testimonial trick. This uses curated success stories to simulate proof through anecdote. It exploits the vividness effect. A single emotional story is more compelling than dry statistics. A wall of glowing testimonials and before and after photos hides the base rate of failure. You see this on every coaching sales page. The tactical takeaway is to seek the denominator. Ask for everyone's success story shown, how many attempts failed. Look for the missing data, not the highlighted anecdote. The course with 100 testimonials might have 10,000 silent dropouts. Thanks to my 2 subscribers. What a legend. Be the 3rd. Hit subscribe. It's what keeps me motivated to make these instead of staring at a wall. Cope Ledger does T sell anything. No course. No mentorship. No, apply to work with me, Discord. We keep the receipts. We do not run the scam. The sixth and final trap is the in-group inoculation. This is tribal signaling used to discredit outsiders. The mechanism triggers in-group favoritism and out-group derogation. It works by fostering a shared identity, our community, and then positioning any skepticism as coming from a threatening, inferior outgroup. You see it in cult-like business cultures and partisan media bubbles. Your defense is source-blind evaluation. Ask, if this exact criticism came from within the group, would it be valid? Judge the message separately from the messenger's tribal label. If an idea can survive a change of uniform, it's not an idea. It's a jersey. Pause this. Write down the last purchase you made where you felt the FOMO urgency. Comment the amount and what it was. I'm not judging. I'm counting how many of us are buying the same panic. The master pattern across all 6 social proof traps is the substitution of a signal for substance. Your freedom begins when you see these strings not as guides, but as tools in someone else's hands. The discipline is the pause. The move is the question. The result is a life that is a funded audition for a group you will never truly join. Most channels would sell you the cure for manipulation. Cope Ledger keeps the receipts of the cope. We don't have what they are selling. The choice is yours. Stay in the funnel, or learn to see its walls. 1 year from now, you will either be sitting in the same spot, or you will be the person who decided tonight. You are not paranoid for seeing the traps. You are asleep for walking into them. Your real intellectual defense is built on one rule. Social proof is not evidence. It's just proof of society.